We need more light.
Yeah, do we need more light for you to be able to see the beer? Oh, my God,
right
there.
You're reading that part.
Someone is going to punch me in the face. Yeah, exactly. I guess I'll have to read the bottle. So fans of hopefully great beer and AC/DC should enjoy this podcast today.
And why is that?
Well, because we've got a beer from Left Hand Brewing Company.
Okay.
Called TNT.
I get the beer, and I get I get it. I get it.
Or, you know what I also could have gone with? I could have said this could be J.J. Walker's favorite beer, because it's Dynamite.
Dynamite.
All of this is going to be on this Give It a Shot, along with a three-way.
Or fans of of our brother Joe, who maybe we got a lot of emails clamoring. They were clamoring for more.
I doubt that.
Requesting.
But thanks for patronizing.
And there he is on this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And I'm Joe.
And we are going to be trying a beer from Left Hand Brewing Company today, and it caught my eye when I saw that this beer is actually made with Lapsang Souchong tea.
Lapsang Souchong.
And this is a tea we're both familiar with.
We're both? All three of us?
Well, no, I said we're both, so I'm looking at
you.
you.
And I. Oh, well.
I'm looking at you.
The listener.
The two of us.
The listener cannot see that.
Well, we
and
are
I've never
both.
heard of it before in my life.
So would you like to hear about it?
You may have heard about it.
Good.
You remember Better Off Dead? No, not Better Off Dead. Do you remember The Sure Thing?
Yeah.
He makes a Lapsang Souchong reference in the Sure Thing.
Oh, really?
When she finally...
But it had nothing to do with tea, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Show me your Lapsang Souchong. No,
I'll show you mine. Where are you going?
That almost got it the NC-17 rating.
When they finally get across country,
it to tea just because of that. Sorry.
When they finally get across country, and she's actually with her boyfriend, the lawyer, and he says, "Oh, maybe you'd like a cup of tea." He's like, "Maybe some Lapsang," or does he finish up with Lapsang Souchong?
He says maybe a cup of Earl Grey. Wait, that's really more of a studying tea.
Studying tea.
And then he says, "How about some Lapsang Souchong?"
Lapsang Souchong. Which in 1985, or when I first saw that movie, I had no idea what the hell he was talking about. But then a couple of years ago, I was like, hey, wait a minute. I get that now. That's funny.
And what is it that everyone should get? What is Lapsang Souchong tea?
Well, Lapsang Souchong is a black tea, but it's very, very smoky.
Super smoky. It's smoked over pine needles, in fact.
Yes.
So now there's a couple different ways they could have probably infused the tea into the beer, and there's probably even more than I'm thinking of right now. In fact, if you're a home brewer and have different ways, if you've ever used tea or something like that in your beer, let us know at AboutBeverages.com what options you usually use. But I'm assuming they either probably brewed the tea beforehand and then just maybe poured it into the fermenter after they'd already done all of their boil and all of that type of thing. Or Stone Brewing Company has a Japanese sencha infused IPA that they're coming out with. It's one of their collaboration brews. Actually, I wrote about it at AboutBeverages.com just the other day talking about it. And they actually take the green sencha and dry hop with the tea. So that's another way they could do it too. And dry hopping is just the process of right as you're about to close up your fermenter to let your beer sit, you go ahead and you throw in usually hops to just kind of add a little burst of extra kind of floral flavor. But this time they're using green tea. So I'm not sure actually what method they use for this one, but they are using. There's a lot of pictures of tea kettles on here, so I'm going to assume that they brewed it and then wound up putting it in here. So
well, the tea kettle might be more easily recognizable than like a leaf or broken.
That's
leaves.
true.
So maybe, but who knows?
Oh, that's a good point.
We could infer quite a bit here.
So,
Joe, do you want to sit down?
Shall we go ahead and...
You don't have to. I'm just offering you a
Joe's
seat.
kneeling.
I'm pacing.
He's praying.
Wow, he's praying to the TNT gods.
That's
Why have I done
pray.
this? Just to try a beer I've been forced on a podcast.
Praying for that beer to open.
He's like, I'd like to just try this. It's kind of what I was hoping for, and I've been dragged onto a microphone.
Kicking and screaming into a world he didn't even create.
That's right. Well, let's just get into it then. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. As soon as I start pouring, Keith will give a little play-by-play on what this thing looks like. All right, so I'm going to the pour.
Joe's tapping his cup.
Okay.
Pour Joe's first, and give him most of it, so he'll stay with it. As soon as I finish this, I'm out. That is nice and dark, and wow, yeah. That is very brownish black with a brown-tinged head, as we say. It's not like a clear, super dark.
I'm going to guess
like a Tootsie Roll.
I'm going to guess some of that might actually be from the tea. What do you think?
Could be.
Like some of the sediment or some of the, the reaction of those two things coming together. Yeah, actually, you know what the color of this kind of reminds me of? And this is obviously a little bit darker. That homebrew that we had from your coworker at Trader Joe's.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like that, because that was a little on the cloudy side, too.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, I'm waiting no longer. Shall we go to the aroma?
Yes.
All right. Wow. I can't even... That's smoky.
It's like time for some barbecue or something.
Yeah. They definitely got this is what
That's what Lapsang smells like. That's what's really cool about this tea and beers like this, that even if say we drink this and this, like, well, this is okay, it's not the greatest thing in the world, just think about like what you could do with cooking with this. The marinade you could make, like if you put this with steak or something like that, like already these aromas, like I'm already thinking of what food I would want to incorporate this into.
Joe's dangerously close to drinking. Maybe we should try
I
it.
thought I could actually maybe snort some in the sniffing, in the aroma process.
Well, let's just not wait any
Let's
longer.
just do it. Okay.
There's a little sweet in the aroma too, along with the smoky. Just want to get that out there. Kind of sour,
Definitely sour.
like lemony,
Like olive.
kind of briny maybe,
Briny,
or a little
I guess.
salty.
Sea
Spray. Is there a suggestion of brininess?
I got that kind of on the sides of the tongue.
Yeah. It comes back toward the front of your tongue. It makes you water a little bit. That makes makes your mouth water a little bit. Makes me water my pants just a little bit. Wait, no. There's definitely a sour that stays
tea
with
can
you.
have that though too. So I mean, that could be the tea.
It's a little thinner than I thought it was going to be. I thought the body was maybe going to be a little bit on the, because I'm thinking, like I said, Doppelbock, I'm thinking lots of malt, so I'm thinking a little bit more weight to that part. So I don't know if the tea part of it, depending on how they incorporate it, it's kind of thinning it out a little bit.
As dark as it looks and as strong as it smells, it's not nearly that heavy as you think.
No,
from
not-
looking at it and smelling it.
Yeah, not at all. Like I said, the aromas are actually quite pungent to the nostrils. I mean, they're very strong, they're very forward, but then the flavor itself, you get a little bit of that smokiness on the end, but not a lot.
Yeah, doesn't it all have the feel of doesn't drink like a heavy, like you're thinking it's going to be?
Yeah, and it's not as sweet. I thought it'd be a little more malty sweet.
What kind of beer are they saying it is?
It's a Doppelbock. That's what
Doppelbock. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Doppelbock, and then
That
they say
generally means that it's going to be malty.
Malty.
Maybe that smoky is kind of cutting the maltiness? Because I don't think it's that malty.
it depends. Honestly, and I keep saying this, but depending on how they incorporated the tea, like I said, I wonder if that just thinned out the beer in general a little bit, because like if they brewed, because we kind of had this discussion during the collaboration beer that we're working on, like how are we going to incorporate either coffee or tea or whatever into our brew. Maybe they actually brewed the tea and then they had the beer, and then at the very end, like as they're going into fermentation, they actually poured the two together, which kind of thinned out their actual initial beer concoction. Like I said, that part I don't know, and I read their website a little bit. It wasn't too forward with what it
That
said.
sour sticks with you, though. I get a little bit of the stickiness on the lips from the malt, but certainly had some that have been more so than that.
Yeah, a little
box.
bit.
That stays on your palate a long time after you've swallowed it.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, I think I agree with the salty. Like under my tongue is a little bit salty. That kind of and the sides too, like that little bit of brininess that Joe was kind of talking about. And
it almost doesn't drink the same way that the aroma that it smells.
it's not. I don't even think it's close. Yeah.
From smelling it, I thought it was going to be very smoky in flavor too, and it doesn't seem to be. Both of you have had this tea before,
Yes.
Yeah, to me, it's too smoky.
so do you?
I actually like
because
it.
I can't compare it to the tea because I've never had the tea.
See, the tea tastes like it smells. It's pretty smoky.
Yeah.
And it tastes like that.
To me, it tastes
So-
like burnt-out building.
Yeah.
That's just me. I'm not a big fan of
okay.
that.
See, I actually
And-
I wouldn't drink it every day.
Some people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people like
Some
that.
people like this. Yeah. Well, no, and honestly, I haven't had that in years.
Yeah.
I may have developed, a different appreciation for that now. I remember at the time we had it, I was like, oh, dear God.
Yeah, I mean, I actually like it as an iced tea.
Good God.
Not every day, but
Right.
actually as an iced tea, or if you actually blend that with other things and kind of tame the smokiness down a little bit, I like it.
I could see, to accent things.
But
like,
it definitely
like they're doing this.
it definitely doesn't have any of that sour. What I'm actually thinking is that maybe the tea itself is taking away from maybe the sweetness and some of the other notes and kind of masking those that you would normally get out of a bock like this.
Could be.
And they're just leaving you with, because sometimes those also still do have like that bready kind of sour, like almost sourdough kind of flavor. And I think that's really just kind of all you're left with, because the other things are canceling that stuff out.
Is that Mrs. Potts on the label?
It kind of looks like that, doesn't it? From Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, kind of does look like
Beer
Mrs.
as
Potts.
old as time.
I do like that they went. They really went full bore with the marketing on this one. The little paragraph on the side, their little writing goes to the song TNT by AC/DC.
I think you should sing that, or have Joe sing it.
Wow.
Maybe Joe sing it.
It says it actually.
It's on the side.
Yeah, it says.
Hoy.
Yeah. Women on the left of me, men on my right. Ain't got no corn, ain't got no rice. I'm just malty nice. Because I'm TNT. And then their final line is, sometimes you're not in the mood for what everyone else is having.
Wow. I don't know. I disagree with the malty nice. I don't know. It's not bad, but I don't even taste that. First thing when I smelling it was the smokiness, and then tasting it was the kind of that sour brininess.
Yeah.
And then there's an after taste of the smokiness.
Yeah.
But I don't get maltiness hardly any.
No, I think I was hoping for something a little richer. As it warms up and it's not completely cold, there's a little bit more of kind of like a meaty kind of flavor in there, but it's still not... I don't know. I guess it's just kind of unbalanced. Maybe that's the best word for it, at least for me or for what...
I'm glad I tried it. It doesn't. I mean, and maybe they'll modify it and go back, or maybe they're totally happy with it. But I'm not.
It's definitely no Fade to Black Volume 1.
No, it's not. But then what is?
Nothing else ever will be.
But what will be?
Or even Fade to Black Volume 2, which was a smoked beer.
Baltic Porter. Right?
Smoked Baltic Porter.
Yeah.
Which was very good as well. But
yes.
All right, well, head on over to the website at AboutBeverages.com and check out our tasting notes for this beer, along with where it hits on our recommendation scale. And once again, we'd like to thank our third brother, the other brother, the brother from the same mother.
The other brother.
That's right.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'd like to thank Joe for being here and hanging out, even if it was held hostage.
Yes. Well, mostly thanks for the beer.
That's right. We've enticed him with brew.
But whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.